Hi, I'm Emily. Welcome to today's episode of Hot and Spicy. To begin the show, I'm going to be giving you a brief science lesson to explain to you the benefits of particular kinds of bacteria as they are essential for today's dish, Lebanese Fatteh Yoghurt. Yoghurt is actually made from bacterial fermentation of milk. The lactose in the milk is turned into lactic acid, which gives the yoghurt its characteristic thick texture and tangy taste. So next time you're concerned about mess-associated germs, remember that sometimes they breed good kinds of bacteria. Right, it's time to get to the kitchen. Ooh! Right, who put the mouldy banana there? What, it's being left to ferment? It's milk that ferments. I don't know, honestly. I'm back again today with our lovely lentil ladies that I'm sure you know very well by now. Hi Claude.
Hello.
Hi Maria.
Hi.
So we're going to make a dish today that's of course hot and spicy, but not spicy spices, but fragrant spices. So what dish today are you going to be showing me how to make?
Today we make the chickpea fatteh, which is bread, Arabic bread, baked with oil, and then we put chickpeas and yogurt.
Chickpea fatteh is popular in many regions of the Middle East, including Egypt, Jordan, Palestine, Lebanon and Syria. The fatteh is also known to be an ancient dish of the Egyptian and southern Levant area, an area that comprises of Syria, Lebanon, Jordan and Palestinian territories.
It's quite a classical dish from Lebanon. I learned to make it, and I make it also combined with some Italian dishes because I love it. For instance, cotolette alla milanese with fatteh, with chickpea fatteh are delicious.
And what dish is that I can't actually pronounce?
Yes, cotolette alla milanese is a dish from Milano. Is fried meat coated with egg and breadcrumbs and fried in oil and butter.
Wow.
And then as a side dish, I put this. It's a bit of a fusion, but quite successful.
To make chickpea fatteh, first you must get 400 grams of cooked chickpeas, 1 teaspoon of ground cumin, 3 cloves of crushed garlic, grilled Arabic bread to garnish. For yogurt topping, you will need 150 grams of plain yogurt, 1 tablespoon of tahini, 1 clove of crushed garlic, some extra virgin olive oil, 10 grams of toasted pine nuts.
So we're going to start by preparing the bread first, so while the hummus is cooking. I have soaked the hummus beforehand and cooked it, so this one's already cooked. We are just going to reheat it at this stage. You can, by all means, use canned chickpeas if you're short on time, but I like to cook my own hummus. What I do is I soak it for 24 hours, and then I cook it whenever I get back home and I'm finished. And I put some music on and leave it to boil for about an hour and a half. And then I do quite a big batch of hummus, and then I divide it into small pieces and put it in the freezer, so it's always ready whenever you want to make hummus with tahini or fatteh or any dish that would call for chickpeas. Chickpeas are good for you. That's one of it's like lentils. It's one of those superfoods that people are really raving about now because it's low in GI, and it's also filled with lots of minerals. It's really it has protein. So you know, if you eat chickpeas, even if you boil chickpeas and eat them in a salad, you're doing yourself a great favor.
I heard the Greeks think they're an aphrodisiac, actually.
The ancient Greeks.
The ancient Greeks.
Yes.
So
yes, they did. Yes, they did, actually. They used to actually feed their horses chickpea and thinking that it would help them to reproduce. The other thing also the ancient Greeks thought were that chickpeas had medicinal properties. And so they would boil the chickpeas and drink their water to help with various ailments. But they're not the only ones. I mean, the Romans also loved chickpeas. And in fact, there were Roman, were they emperors who No, yes, Cicero, no?
Yes, Cicero. Apparently, his name, the name of his family, comes from chickpeas. Cicer in Latin means chickpea. So Ciceroni were the family who cultivated chickpeas, like Lentuli are the family from Rome who cultivated lentils.
Well, there's a dispute on this because some people say also because he had a huge mole which looked like a chickpea on his face. But he said, he is apparently known as having said that, it doesn't matter the mole, it is the name that is going to be well known. And there you are, you know, however many centuries later, we're still talking about Cicero in our little London kitchen. And so the other thing that goes really well with chickpeas is cumin. I think cumin really complements it beautifully. And we're going to be using garlic. And then we're going to add salt, evidently. And then we're going to grill this bread so that it becomes nice and crispy. We will mix the chickpeas with garlic and the spice, heat it up so that it's nice and ready. We might mash a little bit so that it has a sort of, some of them are whole and some of them are slightly mashed. And then we transfer it into a serving dish. We put the grilled bread and then we cover it with the yogurt, which I will have also mixed with a tiny bit of garlic and a bit of tahini.
To give it that extra spice.
Tahini is not spicy. It's more, it gives it a tiny bit of taste. I mean, the thing is about Fatteh, it depends where you're from. In Lebanon, we do it with mostly a lot of yogurt. And if you go further down in Syria, they add more tahini. If you go in Jordan, they have a lot more tahini. So it sort of seems to change from a region to another, from also sometimes from household to the next. Some people don't like cumin, so they omit it.
So I've lined the oven tray with baking paper, and then I put my bread on top of it, and now I bake it. The oven is, the temperature is 180. I bake it for 4 minutes on the top of the oven. Put the timing in order not to burn it.
And now what we're going to do, we're going to put the chickpeas, these are cooked, already cooked chickpeas. I left a little bit of the water in them. And we're going to put it in the saucepan, reheat them together with garlic and now.
That's a nice noise.
And then, so we add the cumin.
Is it important to bring them to the boil when you reheat them, or should it be on a low
Yes,
heat?
because then it goes faster, and then you leave it to simmer a little bit once you put all the garlic. We put all the garlic, just leave a little bit of garlic for the yogurt, please. Here. No,
And that's crushed completely into
that's,
a paste.
yes, it's crushed into a paste.
How many cloves?
There's
would you say?
3 cloves of garlic. And then what we want to do at this stage is maybe crush it, leave it to cook for a few minutes to crush the chickpeas a tiny bit. So some of them are crushed and some of them are, Maria, this is yours. And some of them are whole. And then we leave it to cook for a few minutes. We may lose some of the...
You can tell it's a traditional dish when you're using a mortar.
Yes, yes.
Okay, and bring it back to the bowl.
Just a tiny bit, yeah.
So do you want to crush all of them?
Not all of them. We leave some whole and some of them we crush. So we have, you change the actual texture of, so it doesn't stay so watery. Right, now I think the chickpeas are cooked, yes? Would you like, should we transfer some of them maybe, or all of them here?
Really fluffed up.
Really fluffed up, and they've absorbed a lot of the liquid.
And the smell of the cumin is together with the garlic.
Yeah, I was wondering what that
so
was.
So inviting, yeah.
So would you say the smell that we're getting is more of the garlic or the cumin, or is it equal?
Yeah. It's equal.
It's equal.
You see the cumin's given it also this lovely little colour.
You know, it reminds me of, in a really odd way, it reminds me of a seasoning on popcorn. Do you know? There's no relation then.
No, why not?
No.
But you know, we have what we do in Lebanon, and the same in Sicily, is chickpeas are roasted and salted and then sold as little snacks. So not too far from popcorn.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
And then we need to then add now some of this lovely bread, which is nice and crispy. And
the bread's come out now.
The bread is out. We can maybe add a tiny bit, a touch more. And then I want to dress my yogurt. And I've dressed it with a little bit of garlic, a little bit of salt, yes, and a little bit of tahini. And the tahini has a purpose. It has a chemical purpose, and that is to keep the yogurt from becoming too watery.
All right.
It will hold together, because if you put yogurt here and you leave it for 15 minutes, you come back and you find a little bit of water everywhere, which comes out, seeps through because of the, I suppose, the chemical reaction of salt and
the yogurt starts to separate.
Yes, it starts to separate. And then we cover this wonderful thing with quite a bit of this lovely yogurt. And I quite like it with a lot of yogurt. And then
make chickpea feta. First you must get 400 grams of cooked chickpeas, 1 teaspoon of ground cumin, 3 cloves of crushed garlic, grilled Arabic bread to garnish. For yogurt topping, you will need 150 grams of plain yogurt, 1 tablespoon of tahini, 1 clove of crushed garlic, extra virgin olive oil, 10 grams of toasted pine nuts.
And now we're adding some the toasted pine nuts, which are yummy. And then I will put a little sprinkle of paprika, something a little bit red. And then we finish the whole thing off with a drizzle of olive oil.
Good quality.
And then now you can try it. And you have to try it quickly, because you will still want the bread to be nice and crispy.
Yes.
Go on then, it looks delicious.
You start. Go on.
I get the honours again. Oh, privileged. I'm trying to get it all. So I've got the bread, the chickpeas, the yoghurt. That's a very big spoon. Oh.
I can hear the crunchy bread, which is nice.
It's absolutely delicious. There's so many flavours. I can't even imagine where each flavour is coming from. They're all intertwined.
There we go.
When would this normally be eaten?
With the meal, yeah. It's part of the sort of, well, nowadays you would eat it on its own, but if you were having a traditional Lebanese meal, you would serve it with other things.
As a side dish?
As a side dish. It's very nice with dishes with meat, for instance. It's nice. People quite often make this and serve it next to vine leaves.
I just can't believe how healthy it is.
Yeah. And what about with meatballs? And or you don't? Because
because the meatballs it's in a sauce.
Yeah.
I think it's quite nice actually. I love the idea of serving it with the cotolette alla milanese. Yes.
Chickpeas are an unlikely but excellent source of protein, so although the dish might not seem like a good substitute for meat in a vegetarian diet, the chickpeas in the dish would definitely help compensate for the potential lack of protein someone might face if they were to choose not to eat meat. The dish is also deceptively filling, which is excellent as it's low in carbohydrates, fat, and is generally low in calories, perfect for someone who is on a diet. It's absolutely delicious. Thank you so much, Maria.
Thank you.
And thank you so much, Claude, as well. That's it from the Lentil Ladies today and me. Please see our website for details at levant.tv for a list of all our ingredients and details on how to make the dish. Please also like us on Facebook at facebook.com/Hot and Spicy TV show. So until next time, be sure to keep it hot and spicy.